Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings for Saturday, the 18th of January, 2025. Where are my keys? Have you seen them? After I did a live pop on to pop off, which lasted close to an hour and a half earlier in the afternoon, late afternoon, I was going to go downstairs and have a reasonable bite to eat and then come back here and work on a video. But where are the keys? Usually, you find them because they got to be in this room. I need GPS on my keys and on my wallet and on my sunglasses, etc., etc. So they got to be here somewhere. But I've been looking under the bed and in dresser drawers, stupid places, And of course, that zaps any creative juice out of me, and my phone is acting up and taking pictures. So, plan to get a new video up, but we couldn't make the deadline. I always set deadlines, which is stupid. I never learned. Don't set a deadline. Like, top 50. And then all of a sudden you get to 35 and it just feels like that's enough. And there may be some new stuff you want to put in there as the story continues to unfold. How are you doing? I see you're jumping on. That's very nice. This is Karen's sweatshirt that she picked up when we were in Newport, Rhode Island in the summer. Well, September. I think it was still summer of 2023, Marie. We went downtown after we did the mansions tour, including Collinwood, where they shot the exteriors of Dark Shadows in the very beginning and used that mansion as their logo. We went downtown and Karen found this nice sweatshirt in a fairly reasonably priced store. Hi, Chris Starry. How are you? Ted Richards, howdy all, and hello, Jack. Barbara Kendall, hi, Jack and everyone. Deborah Lake is joining us live. Hello, hello. Regina Twilliger, who was with us, as I think Ted was, during our live pop-on earlier. She's back. Good evening, Jack. I'm sitting on them. Well, if it was the sunglasses, they could be on top of my head, and I would know as soon as I went on camera, right? The most valuable thing on that key ring is the car key, of course. That's the thing. If you have to replace it, it's $250 or something. The key fob thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. There's a place on Bedford Avenue here that does it cheaper than Honda will do it, but still, I already have one key fob, my backup that doesn't function anymore as a key fob, but I can use the key in the door if we're using that key. Susie Young is here. Susie Q. Hello, Jack from North Carolina. Kathy Beaver. Kathy Beaver. Hello, everyone. My state. Aisha is here. You are not really late, but okay. Todd, Darlene Koberstein. Hi, Jack and all. Shelley, bring on the Trump train. Do I have that picture up or did I take Trump train down? Oh, it's up. I know you can't really see it though. Too far away. So far away. Yeah. He's being entertained by Elvis down at Mar-a-Lago, I guess. Young Elvis. And Brenda Sweeney. Hey, from Virginia. Governor Glenn Youngkin. Welcome, Brenda Sweeney. Nancy, and in memoriam, Terry Whitmore. Hello, Jack. And I thought you said children. Chatters. Yes. Claudette is here. How are you tonight, Jack? A little frazzled. Things can't always go perfectly, but when I find my keys, I'll be better. Pam Donnelly, Trump Monday. Yeah. I was looking at your emails. Talk about that in a little bit. Gene Phillips, hello, Jack and everyone. It is going to be a frigid week next week, but all is well. Yeah, it's going to be definitely an Arctic blast coming, and it's messing my poker friends up because they can't get back here. The cruise docks tomorrow morning, like at 7 a.m., which is like an obscene hour for a cruise to dock, if you ask me. But all flights are canceled back to Newark Airport, and they're all full up on Monday. So now we're dealing with Tuesday. They were talking about coming back on the Jimmy Sturr bus, but the Jimmy Sturr bus is not going to go to the Newark Airport Hotel, right next to Newark Airport, where their car is. What they did is they drove to Newark, they parked in the hotel, and the shuttle bus brought them over to the airport for their flight to Fort Lauderdale. And then I guess another shuttle bus took them to the hotel they would spend one night in. And that same bus, or one of Jimmy's buses that he had made available, picked them up to take them to the boat. This is their first cruise ever. It is you, Aisha, Pam Donnelly, and let's see here. We have Rob Barber from Ontario. Hi, Rob Barber. Hey, all. Good to have you aboard. June Joyner. Hello, Jack and everyone. Hi, June. Nice to see you. Kathy Beaver says, ask St. Anthony to help you find the keys. Is he the keeper of the keys? Yeah, it's one of those things where I keep this room locked, so I had to have the keys. I didn't leave them in the front door downstairs when I came over. This is a duplex, I know it's confusing. Come over to this side, and I got to use keys to get in the front door, climb the stairs, and then I use keys to this room right here. And I didn't leave them in the door. I would have seen them because I was back and forth for a while before we went on to do the pop-on. Brenda Noyce is here. And Mikhail, it's been a little while. Michael G. Hi, how are you? Hey, Jack and everyone. Mikhail Gorbachev, good to have you aboard. Ron's in Collinwood. I mean, Ron, hello, I'm in Collinwood. Really? Collingwood? How are the Collins family? Shelley says hello to Rob Barber. Love Owen Sound. BK, yes. And that's our crew so far. That's our crew so far tonight that I know of. But there's 55 watching, so sign in to What's My Line. Love to have you be part of this live broadcast. So with the phone not taking the pictures I wanted to, I hate showing pictures via my phone, but sometimes you just have to, until I get that tech guy remotely somewhere. Coffee and tea with Susan. Well, that sounds like a program, huh? Like CB on Fox News has Coffee with CB now on Facebook. She's an up and coming star, but she's still working the weekends, and she's good reporter, and they're giving her a break in this cold weather, and she's basically reporting from the studio, I guess in New York. I guess in New York. Some people here excited about Trump. I'm one of them. I'm one of them, and I'm glad it's going to be inside. I think security plays a part in this too. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that, but I think that it's just safer that way. Already, the progressives are lining up to challenge the executive orders that Trump is going to sign on Monday afternoon. Try to challenge most of them in court. Joe Biden sat there after he raised his hands and promised something that he didn't plan to keep, in my opinion. He signed enough executive orders to screw this country over, destroy the borders, and everybody was fine with it. And Republicans didn't really challenge that. They didn't say we're going to take it to court. They didn't. Because there are consequences when there's an election. But this brood of vipers that are there, they don't want to play by any rules. As I say, they're just spoiled little brats that don't give a damn what the will of 77 million people are, and they don't care about their constituents. They want their way, and they're far more interested in 1% of the people. uh, They'll destroy women's sports over it. They'll destroy women's privacy and children's privacy over it. They're just as low as you can go. I thought maybe AOC was growing up, but not yet. Apparently, not yet. Hello, Vera Galdo. I never say it right, do I? Yeah, because there's an A in there, and I skipped that. Vera, it should be Regaldo. It'd be so much easier. Regalado. Hello, Jack from Austin, Texas. I know it pretty well. I know it pretty well. That 6th Street is a scary place, isn't it, sometimes, Vera? I don't think you'd like jog there about 10 o'clock at night. My son delivers on 6th Street sometimes for U.S. Foods. He lives outside of Austin. Kim Lackey, hello, Jack and friends. Vic's Practice Tracks is here as well. Hi from Vicky, creator of karaoke. Hi from Vicky. Now, Vic is not Vicky, Vic and Vicky. So all this time, who I think is Victor, because it says Vix, has really been Vicky. Okay. Hello, Vicky, creator of karaoke backing tracks, including Elvis songs. Yeah. All right. Good to know, because until now, you were Victor to me. I only know one Collingwood, and it's a fictitious uh, mansion in Collinsport, Maine, which is also fictitious. Hi, Lynn R. Welcome, welcome. Nancy DeMarco. Well, hello, Jack and family. Hey, Nancy, what's been going on with you? I don't think you were with us. Maybe you were with us Wednesday night. We did a worldwide ramblings on Wednesday night. But it's good to have you here now. No, you say hello, Jack, didn't you? I thought you did. Aisha, LY70. Lynn says drove down the coast and was turned around by National Guard. Fires were devastating. So, where exactly did this happen, Lynn? Where were you driving exactly? I have been to Santa Monica many years ago and took a peek at Malibu, but never really went in there. It's right next to Santa Monica, as I recall. 4 to 7 inches of snow forecast tomorrow and overnight here in southern Vermont. We're going to get at least five, Tedward, at least five, and they'll start sometime tomorrow afternoon. So it's marooning my polka friends there who want to get back up here and want to get to work. They wanted to get back to work maybe by Monday or Tuesday, and now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yes, Jack, I have been here. I was here Wednesday. Is Marty Greco here? Don't see him yet. There's several people missing. Eventually, no matter who it is, they're going to just kind of wander off, maybe for a while. I mean, who's to say that every Saturday night someone wants to come here? That's why you always hope new people join us, because I can't have those expectations. People have lives. Maybe they're going out, something like that. They don't want to feel like pressure to be here, and I get that. I get that. And this is one of those times where what I was planning just didn't come into fruition yet. It will, but not yet. So, Patrick Wilburn, good evening, everybody. Nice to have you, Patrick. That brings us to 58 right now. If you haven't signed in, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell. Very important to get a certain amount of views. And of course, thank you to those who hit the thanks button for any amount that you see on your screen. Christari, I cannot always watch live, but do watch replays if necessary. Yes. Hey, I understand. I do. Hijacking Gang was watching Trump live fireworks from Mar-a-Lago. Where was he having these fireworks? You always have to, you don't want them falling on somebody's mansion and setting it ablaze. Lizard Lounge Radio is back. They were with us on our pop on. I want to say pop off. It's pop on to pop off, really. That's what it is. Pop on to pop off. And that's where you have to have the notification bell on. So if you're near your device, you'll hear it. Some people say they have problems, but I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I was just a DJ playing the rock and roll band on the radio. God bless Donna Summer. Hope she's walking the streets of gold. Johnny Ginseng is here. Hello, hello. I was doing a live and saw you live. Oh, isn't that interesting? I'll have to check you out there here at the YouTube, right? You weren't on the TikTok. Is TikTok going to exist this time tomorrow? Trump can't, he'd have to bring it back. I don't know. When the Supreme Court rules on something, they just said it could be done, right? That's a little ambiguous. Biden already found a way around student loans. Right up to the guy's last minute. Has he done those pardons yet? I guess we got to have that tomorrow. Jim Biden will be pardoned tomorrow. Maybe he'll pardon himself, Joe Biden. And probably one or two other, maybe even Jill. Maybe even Jill. You won't get that opportunity again. You won't get that opportunity again. So why wouldn't you want to cover all bases? I understand you're going to pardon your own son. Bo Biden, no. Joseph R. Biden, President Biden, said one right thing this week. He said Bo Biden was a better man than me. Ain't that the truth from what we can tell? Ain't that the truth? Rest in peace, Bo Biden. Faith Lloyd. Faith Lloyd. Hi, Jack. You seem to be doing well. Eh, I'm dealing with the January blues. I miss the cruise, the poker cruise. I've never gone on one, never will, probably. Who knows? I mean, they're expensive. Um, and there's only going to be so many more of the Jimmy Stewart poker cruises. There's only going to be so many more. That's just the way it is. Father Time steps in. You seem to be doing well. It's going to be crazy cold here, yeah, for the next 4 days. What's it like in your neck of the woods? It's been cold, but now that we're going to have snow, maybe 5 inches or so, it's warmed up. I mean, we've had temperatures, like 14 degrees feels like one because it was windy as heck. But right now it's 33 degrees. And here's Marty Greco. Yes, he just came in from the club. He was probably clubbing a little bit. Um, do you play a musical instrument, Marty? Because you just so remind me of somebody I know in a band who plays bass. I don't know. Yeah, it's a drag, when you know that there's places that are nice and warm, like Florida, that's pretty much the place. Because even Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I lived for about 18 months, I looked the other night and it was 34 degrees there, at about 7, 8 o'clock at night. So, you got to go uh, into Florida a little bit before you get the warmth. Jacksonville isn't always warm. They can be in the 40s or maybe hit the upper 30s too. But by the time you get to Port St. Lucie, or certainly Miami, it's going to be warm most of the time. You don't want obnoxiously hot, and that's what they have to deal with all summer long, obnoxiously hot. But if I have to choose between hot and cold, I'm going with hot every time. You see, the moment I can, I put on my shorts, and I wear them the entire 4 or 5 months that follow, except when I'm going to church or something like that, where I wouldn't wear shorts into a church sanctuary. I wouldn't wear pajama bottoms to Walmart. Let everybody else do that. What do you think? Coffee and tea with Susan. She's talking to Lizard. Yeah, they're both creators, right? You have a show, Susan. 21 degrees here. Chillier, huh? But you're supposed to get snow too, right there, Shelly Belly. Yeah, Fahrenheit, because you got that Celsius nonsense that we just said, no, we're not going to do it. They try hard. I think I was on the radio at the time when I had to say it's 64 degrees, 23 degrees Celsius, you know, but America said no to your Celsius. We don't want it. So what's the deal, Shelley Belly? Is the prime minister is Trudeau still in office? And when is he leaving? And is that conservative guy going to get in? Answer me, okay? Some people don't answer me when I ask a question. And I only ask questions that I think are really important, you know? Like, who put the ram in the Rama Rama Ding Dong? Who put the bop in the bop she bop? Is it she bop? We know what that means because Cyndi Lauper pretty much told us what she bop means. Don't you think about it, Marty Greco. You'll go blind. You'll go blind, buddy. You'll be walking around the sidewalk with a dog and a stick. Never had a cup of coffee in my life. Coffee with Susan. I tell myself I should try it again, and then when I have a sip of it, because Karen will put some in the Gut Renew, the Suzanne Summers Gut Renew shake, and I say, oh no, I don't want any of that. But boy, it smells good, and that hazelnut coffee smells good, and I see them all lined up at Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, it'll be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll pass the Dunkin' Donuts on County Route 78 here, and there's 10 cars. They're running out of donuts, so they're not there for donuts. They're there for coffee. And John Pinsett, late comedian, very heavy set, very funny guy. He used to say they were so slow at Starbucks, but they have a great product that he loves. So he would go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a large coffee, and he would stand inside. Uh, not everybody has a drive-in. If you're in a city, for example, um, he would stand inside, sipping his Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and people would look at him with a look like, "I should have done that. I should have done that." And he says, so they're very polite at Starbucks, but you got coffee there, right? You got coffee back there. Drink some, so maybe you can move it a little bit. Maybe you can move it a little bit. Victoria Matthews probably likes coffee, but you know, it has never caught my. It's always turned on my yuck button. My yuck button. Vicky's practice tracks. But you have to go buy Vic's practice tracks if you want to order some. And how do you do that, Victoria? How do you do that? We have two Victorias. Sam Semi is, he likes to stretch out names, including his own, as I do. Sam Semi. Sam Semi. Yeah, Marty, I bet, right? People don't just like coffee. They embrace it. I mean, there'll be people, let's face it, they get to heaven and they don't find a Starbucks. They don't find some coffee. They say, "Oh, it's a beautiful place, Lord, but no coffee? I'm nothing without my morning coffee." Well, I don't usually have a morning, so that eliminates that. So I start my day. I wouldn't mind. Sometimes I do start my day with a hot cup of British blend Tetley tea with 2% milk, and then I just give a splash of the half and half because I'm trying to, be a good boy here. And then not so much Belvita anymore. Once in a while, something to dunk. I'm a dunker. I'm a dunker. I don't understand people that can sit and eat a apple cider donut. I'm not really fond of apple cider donuts and not have a hot cup of something and dunk it in there. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're going to have a bottle of water and a cider donut? Really? That's beyond my scope. It's beyond my scope, Jackie Organ. How are you? It's summertime and about 26 degrees Celsius. That's how warm it is, huh? In Australia. Um, Aisha, who goes by 37 different names because she's, there's a number of warrants out for her, let's say. Let's see. It's that warm in Australia right now. What's the coldest it gets, Jackie Organ? And do you play the organ? Do you play the organ, Sam Sammy? You know what I told you before. Gail Easter Coleman. Okay, I was just going to answer that if you hadn't asked it. No, I'm not getting them. I looked up your name. I searched for your name in my email, and you are not there. You are not there. You are being intercepted by the government. Intercepted by the government. Did you get my message, pics and video? No. I just did the search just before I came on. And you got it right? It's not coming back to you. It's in your sent column. Jack, Jack, I think you know how to spell that. Fair guy, like you're going to ride the Ferris wheel, not paying a fare at the subway. FAIRGUY at gmail.com. Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com. Because I would answer you. I'm not rude. It occasionally takes me a while if we have something hot going on and you got a lot of responses, or I'm, down in the dumps or something like that. So if that's the correct email, I don't know what the problem is. Marlene Wilson is here. I know that much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're talking about peanut butter cookies. Yes. Well, it's funny you mention that because I got this thing called the Perfect Bar. They're supposedly really good for you. And they come from, I think, in California or something. And there's various bars the Perfect Bar comes in. and they come in a pack of 10, and they have to be in the refrigerator. The box says, "So good, we get to live in the fridge." That's what the little case. Now, it comes with dry ice, which is good because Karen keeps that and puts it on her head, or neck, and, you get 10 for, like, 14, $15, something like that, and, just got my batch. They'll say it's gonna take a week and a half, and then it comes within 4 days. So, I had that with a hot cup of my Tetley tea. When I went downstairs, I couldn't lock this door. I couldn't lock the door downstairs. Karen let me in the other door, and, so I'll be searching for the keys again. When I get the keys, I'm gonna pray first because I kiss my keys when I finally find them. Have you ever done that? It's almost like, when these hostages come back, the first thing they're gonna do is they're going to kiss the ground. I don't know how many are really alive. It's not many, and they're not in good shape. These, excuse my French, these bastards, do not treat them well. We can only imagine what they've gone through. We can only imagine what they've gone through, and if they're even gonna survive once they get back here. Huh. So these, one bar kinda fills you up with a nice cup of tea. So I've got some thank yous I have to do here. I think I forgot, the first one. I'm not even sure. Sem Semi! Sem Semi, you're a fine American even though you're from Argentina. I think so. I think you're a fine American, despite that nasty habit you have, that we've been referring to tonight. What's the old saying? 99% do, the other 1% lie about it. Sem Semi, 99 cents. He's given many times, different amounts, and I appreciate you hitting the thanks button, Sam Semi, who remind me of Larry Larson, the bassist. 99 cents. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good to have Gail here. I don't know what to tell you. Check the address that you're writing to. I don't seem to have too much problem in that area. So you made me jealous, Jackie Organ, telling me that it's all warm. What's this Celsius nonsense? What's the real temperature, Jackie? And how cold does it get in Australia? And when does it do that? Please answer some of those questions if you don't mind. I like chocolate. Well, I've never heard of anybody liking chocolate, Rob. That's gross. Joe Worrell, I made 2 pots of coffee today. Oh, you're wired, aren't you? No, I don't. You asked me a question in the. I was going to read it when I get there because I'm going to look at that video. You asked me if I order out. I don't. I always pick up. A couple of times we used to get Chinese from PK House, or Brother Bruno's once. And we know these delivery guys so well, and they're, very friendly, and we see them, of course, when we go into Brother Bruno's. So I give them a nice tip when they come here, because I don't see them that much, just like I give Carmen, the waitress, when I get over to the Colonial. But I've had to cut back on those things. I've had to cut back. My budget is not what it was. I don't, I don't want to go belly up, belly under, belly up. Tidy up. Who knows what line that's from? Tidy up. If you can get the movie or play that's from, I will be very impressed. If you could do it, Joe Worrell. 2 pots of coffee today. So what am I missing? I would taste it, and I would probably try to make it light and sweet to make it something I could enjoy. But then it's just like having liver and onions. You can put the mushrooms, you can put the onions, you can put bacon on that liver, but underneath, you got liver. If I, back when life was like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. They mark it now. That era is gone. But it used to be that way. And if I bit into a coffee candy, I spit it into the garbage, right into the garbage. I just don't know, but I feel like I'm, You're missing out because Karen loves her. She loves Melita. Do you ever have that, Joe Worrell? Melita coffee? And what's that new one now? A fancy dancy coffee that she gets. She forget about the brands like Maxwell House she grew up with. She stays far away. There'll be no Savrin. Well, that's gone, right? Choice, that's gone. Those freeze dried crystals, right? So that's what we used to do. We used to get something like Taster's Choice because my first wife didn't drink coffee. My second wife didn't drink coffee. So we would buy a small jar of coffee and put it in the cupboard in case we got company and they wanted coffee. We're not gonna brew it because it would just sit there. But it would sit there 2 years unopened. Starbucks is one of the worst, but Lizard Lounge Radio, it's like, what was I had a comparison in my mind. It's so popular. Again, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're lined up, and there's all these fancy coffees and lattes, and it's got to be horrendous to work there because people just want to create their own blend, and people are waiting. They supposedly pay a good wage. They give you benefits even if you're part time. Still, people say bad stuff. Employees say, like Amazon starts you at in the warehouse like at $22 an hour, benefits from day one. But since they're a near $1 trillion company, people say no. Share the wealth more. Share the wealth. I know that um, Senator Sanders would say that. I don't know. I'm really wondering. I made 2 pots and. So I got another thank you to do. I know. I got to get down here. Hockey 92. Oh, went away that quick. Hockey 92 goal. Yes. My goal is just to make a small amount between per 1,000 views and per people hitting the thanks button and the Cash App, so I can make it for another month and not crash because my pension got considerably smaller this year or last year now, 2024. So thank you for $19.99 on the thanks button. That'll help me so much. I have not, I've got so many videos out, especially on Bob Joyce. I've got so many, and some of them are still growing. And yet, I feel that I'm slouching this month. I'm slouching. Oh, we do our live shows, but I should be doing more. But there's a glut, and I don't want to do something if I don't believe in it. Like, I don't know what to say, as Pam Donlands me. I don't know what to think about this picture of Minnie May. I guess they're indicating it's on both Bob Joyce's shelf. Who got a picture of Bob Joyce's house and his shelf with Minnie May, Auntie May? And the same one is in Elvis's in Graceland, same picture. So the conclusion is that Elvis Presley and Pastor Bob Joyce have the same auntie, right? Not grandma, auntie. And then when I look at the Bob Joyce picture in front of the bookshelf, it looks kind of self-imposed, like it was put in there. So I don't know. I don't feel it's like the scars and the veins never did much for me, but I think it's very valid. If you notice that Bob has a scar here and Elvis has a scar here, if you notice Elvis had a broken pinky and we know that, and Bob does too, but sometimes arthritis makes it look broken. You could say that. I don't know. If I don't feel it, I don't really know what to do with it, So thank you. $19.99. That helps so much. Cash App is the other way. You have to connect your bank account to that, and you can use it for all family members and everything else to receive money or to give money. And it's not hard to do. I've been doing it for a number of years, never had a problem. And that my handle on Cash App is lowercase letters Media Guy 56, MEDIAGUY 56, Media Guy 56. I get more of it when you hit the Cash App, but I get a good amount too from the thanks button, and I'm very thankful for both Google and of course YouTube, the same thing, for allowing the thanks button, and so appreciative for those who hit it for any amount, any amount. I appreciate it. Enough of that for right now. um, I had turkey, baked wings, rice, salad, chicken legs, kielbasa. It's a very strange menu there. Um, yeah, we had kielbasa about a week ago. And other states in Australia can get much colder. See, I never thought of there being, this proves that I just have a GED. I never thought of states in Australia. I never knew that you call them states. You just let me know this. I'm 68 years old, not that far from 69, and I just learned there's states in Australia. What did I think the difference between Melbourne and Sydney was? Different colonies? What did I think? I don't know. I never thought about it. But really, um, in Fahrenheit temperatures, what's the lowest it gets, like where you are, and what's the highest? Marlene Wilson. Yeah, she must have a chef, that Brenda. She's filthy rich. She's filthy rich. It is true. Um, Joe Chavez joined us. Yes, I forgot to say hello. The knee thing that bothers me about Bob Joyce, there is 0% chance that guy looks 90 years old. You said the knee thing, or did I read that wrong? Depends what picture you're looking at, Joe Chavez. If anything, he's in his early 70s. That would be Robert Wayne Joyce. Well, I can tell you, as I said before, people that go there, that work with the elderly, that have to lift elderly patients and what have you, they go to visit Pastor Bob and they make sure they get a hug from them. They have told me at least 4 or 5 times now that they feel like they're holding uh, an elderly person. He looks older in person. There are things you can do, including Botox, which will wear off as it gets to like the 3rd month when you're going to have your next Botox injections. You start to look older and what have you. Um, I wish I had a better example. This is a pretty good one, though. Look closely, Joe. Look closely. He looks older than 73 there, doesn't he? If you're going to be honest with me, he looks older. And I could give you better examples of that. But when he goes on stage, who's to say he doesn't put a little makeup on? When I say stage, I mean the altar. Other things that he can do, other things that people use, face mask. I'm talking about, not that he's wearing a mask. People actually said that. But, Suzanne Summers has a face mask that Karen puts on for a while. And I'll tell you, these Suzanne Summers products are pretty good because Karen looks younger today than she looked 5 years ago using the Suzanne Summers products, So I even apply a little makeup myself because something that I'm on, some medication, makes me blotchy, and I hate that. I mean, what am I going to use? Clearasil? So He walks with a gape. He looks sometimes very feeble, but when the anointing comes on him in the pulpit, it's a whole different thing. When the Holy Spirit is all over you, yet they see him outside in the hall at the Hot Springs Convention Center, and he looks, feeble and overwhelmed by the attention. The next day on stage at the Horner Hall Theater, and that was a stage, the Horner Hall Theater, he's up there and he's playing off the crowd, and he's preaching the gospel, and he's saying, you don't need Paul, you don't need Cypress, you don't need Bob Joyce, and you don't need Elvis. With that look on his face. You get it? You get it? You need Jesus. You need Jesus. Stop looking to man. Stop looking to man. I can't argue with that, but at the same point, a couple of Sundays ago, he said, I don't understand. We have people from like 11 different countries here. I don't know why everybody wants to come here. We should have went on the internet long ago. Well, you've been on the internet since you've had a ministry. Maybe not in 2010, but since 2011 you have. So I don't know what any of that means. It's above my pay grade. I speak of possibilities, though. I could be wrong about the whole thing. I will say this, Joe, because I have to be honest. If you look at the heavier Bob Joyce 2011, did he look 76 years old or whatever? Not 76. What am I doing? The math. Yeah. Did he look like 76 years old there? No. But there's one way to look younger is to keep extra weight on. Rosie O'Donnell said that once, and back then it might have been true. But I'm beginning to think the Grand Patriarch is here, Richard Lyon, as I look up at that yellow little dot at the top of my screen. When you have extra weight on, it takes away all those lines. And of course, over the years, Pastor Bob Joyce lost weight, and he's in good form right now. He's in good form. And there's lots of things he can do to look younger. But you could be right, Joe Chavez. You could be right. But there is so much smoke in this fire that I've been covering since 2018, and other people have been covering since 2011, I suppose. There is more smoke than they had at the Pacific Palisades. So I don't know what to do with that. Just present possibilities and move on, So he'll be at an arena on the 17th in Hot Springs, Arkansas. He will preach at the Ozark, the Ozark Arena in Hot Springs on the 17th, and he will fill it. Not too many. I don't think there's a First Baptist Church in Benton, Arkansas. I don't think the pastor there could fill the arena. I don't think he could do it. I saw them listed because they do that 90-day tithe challenge. I don't know if anybody knows about that. Other states in Australia can get much colder, but give me a temperature, because I don't know what that is in Celsius. We rejected it here, so I never learned it. Joe, he looks like 90, just like Priscilla, Tom Jones, and William Shatner. Yeah, William Shatner still looks great, and he definitely, does a few things, and he has a great wig. Mr. Shatner, it looks natural, and Donald Sutherland looked good in his 80s. He's gone now, but there are some people that just do. What do we do with these dozens and dozens and dozens of so-called coincidences? I don't see that when I look at JFK Jr. or Jim Morrison or whoever else they're saying faked their death, This is a story that is like no other. And it continues continues to produce new stuff, sometimes from the pastor himself. Called himself Elvis during a sermon. We've got that video up. I'll go through a list of the videos soon. We're frying things in butter. Susan Sefiotti, did Regina do that? Well, we've all done that, haven't we? I'm just trying to be a good boy here because I don't want to use the CPAP. I'm being real serious. Positional sleeping. I took a breathing test. I said this in the pop on to pop off. Saw my GP, Dr. Gapai, and he had me do the breathing test, where you hold your breath. There's this device. And then put your lips up there and blow into it as hard and long as you can. And they said I aced it. So I don't think that my sleep apnea is that bad, and I don't want to spend the rest of my days with a hose and what have you. Can't do the Inspire thing because I have a defibrillator, and it would conflict with the other. One would conflict with the other. So no, you hate coffee too, huh, Ted? So you know how I feel. But yet it smells good, wouldn't you say? Have you smelled that hazelnut coffee? So let's see here. I gotta catch up. I have a 2-person barrel, says Sam Semi. A 2-person barrel. What's that? I mean, you can shoot 2 people at one time. Is that what you're saying? Ha ha ha. Shelley is showing us lips. I love lips. Yeah. Hazelnut, Jack. It does smell good, Joe. I must admit. But, I don't know. Because when you try to have hazelnut in your tea, it just doesn't work. So I'm a big fan of hazelnut, and I don't know where to put my hazelnut. Coffee and Tea with Susan is talking to Lizard. He's relatively new. I guess it's a he. But then again, I thought Vic's practice tracks was Victor. Now it's Vicky. Victoria. Steven Spillage is here. Steven Spillage, did you have your spinach today? Just wondering. I got to go down further. Trish Terry. Hello, Jack and friends. Hi, Trish Terry. Welcome. You drink tea, coffee and tea with Susan. It's lovely cold. It's lovely hot. Oh, so good. So good. Coffee is, well, as I say, Karen's got that coffee brewing, and I smell it in the morning, and it smells good. Sometimes she brews later than others. Just depends what kind of night she had. I got to get down to the bottom of this list because I'm trying to find somebody. And there I'm at the end. Well, that's weird. I can't stand the smell of coffee brewing, but strangely enough, I like the taste of it. Well, that is weird, Nancy. I've never heard that comment in my 68 years. I'm getting some first tonight. Jody says the coincidences are too numerous just to ignore them as false, as they are people who say they have conversations with him all the time, and they don't mean Pastor Bob. They mean Elvis. Elvis. There's Richard Lyon, but I don't. There it is. I'm sorry, Richard. I lost you for a minute there. You were Lost in Space, starring Guy Williams, but it really was Dr. Smith, Jonathan Harris, that took the limelight. Thank you, Richard Lyon. Glad you joined us with your $11.11 on the thanks button. I appreciate that so much, Richard. How you doing? What's going on there? President Trump, did you see fireworks in West Palm Beach tonight? Did you see fireworks? He can't be at the White House yet, so he must be having these fireworks in West Palm Beach. Did you see them? Or do they block them out for regular people? Oh, yes. Elvis was entertaining at Mar-a-Lago, I guess tonight, right? Yeah. People were saying this is the weekend, specifically Inauguration Day, that Bob Joyce will come out. what they're saying. Let's see here. No, don't want that. Um, there's the back of the head of Melania and President Trump. And young Elvis is entertaining. Elvis is at Mar-a-Lago. Can't see him close up, but kind of look like Elvis. Yeah, baby. Elvis at Mar-a-Lago. At least that Elvis. Well, we know Pastor Bob Joyce is in Benton because he's got to preach tomorrow morning. They had an Arctic blast there, right? And they had only 46 people in the church. 46 people. And guess what? Out of the 46, a number of them were from way out of town. So they stayed in Benton. And, that's what you do. That's the best way to do it. Don't stress yourself with a long drive prior to service and get there and you can't get in. Can't wait for them to have more seats, Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that so much. If I miss somebody's comment, say it again, because that can happen. I'm a believer by the Monkees, Gail Easter Kuhlman. Are you related to Catherine Kuhlman? Deborah Lake, the cornbread was yummy. See, I want a salty cornbread like Jiffy. I don't want no cake like Boston Market used to have. That's not cornbread, Boston Market stuff. I don't know. Did the whole chain go out? Because they left Middletown. They left the town of Wallkill, I should say. But it was okay. But I know a good cornbread is going to be a little salty and very firm. It's not going to taste like cake. Oh, boy. Okay, give me something. I can send these pics to. I only have one email address, so I don't know. I want to go, says Ted Richards, but August would kill me, period. I do want to see him, though. It's hot in August in Arkansas. Yeah. I'm not even going to start wrestling with it in my mind. Not ruling it out, but I'm not going to wrestle with it right now. I can't go on to Texas in 105-degree heat, It's just the wrong time to be there. And I can't wait that long either to see my son. That's a challenge. That's another challenge. And he is, pretty busy. His schedule is pretty busy. So we'll see how it plays out. I ordered 2 CDs of Pastor Bob's. It's just awesome. That's very nice of you. Do I hear Brad leaving? You can always tell those electric cars. Well, he's got a hybrid. Sometimes he has to go pick up. Oh, it's too late. Pick up his brother who has a gig somewhere. I don't think so. I didn't hear the door downstairs. Yeah, be careful. We're not going to travel at all tomorrow, nor Monday. Monday is the day to be glued to your TV set. We got enough food in the house, and I'm trying to be good and not. And now I can't even get in over there because I don't have any keys to do it. So I got no food. As I say, Karen made eggplant. She makes this basically for herself because she knows I'm no big fan of it, but I can eat a little bit of it. Forget Andy. He'll never have eggplant. Not a big eggplant guy. Sir Tom Jones, I think he's 84 and he looks great. Still has the voice, too. Still has the voice. I mean, he looks obviously old, but, He doesn't look decrepit. Yeah, people that drink coffee black, they are serious coffee drinkers. Yeah, I don't, I don't know why you wouldn't put cream and some Splenda or something in there. No sugar and no artificial crap. Longevity for life. Well, coffee, they say, is good for you, but then this guy with the white hair and the glasses who's always talking about nutrition on YouTube, he's saying that you shouldn't drink it with your meal. You should drink it 1 hour afterwards or have the coffee and then eat an hour afterwards and all this. There's always another addendum. But stevia is not a bad sweetener. It just doesn't make it that sweet, you know. Um, I got to have, if I'm going to have my oatmeal or cream of wheat, I got to make it sweet. And I don't want to put the sugar in there. I do want to put the sugar in there, but um, everybody is against certain things. For years, they said sweet and low causes cancer. And then they said, no, the further tests say in humans it doesn't cause cancer. So who knows? Who knows? It's like having the COVID injection arguments, I stay out of that. I'm staying out of that. I did have 3 shots, I guess. I'm okay. The cardiomyopathy I would have gotten anyway, as far as I can tell. It's something that you get through the bloodline. My father died of a heart attack at age 67. There was no defibrillator in the chest. There was certainly no Camzyos then. What's his name? The skinny guy. I mean, she could be Prissy. Who? Priscilla? Priscilla Prissy? She's in Naked Gun 3 1/4, right? With Leslie Nielsen. I saw the clip for that on Paramount Plus because we have that right now because I'm watching Dexter Original Sin. I don't think they're doing an episode this week because of the inauguration and everything. So they're going to wait for next week. They did one last week. As I say, I said it on the Pop On, I think the guy playing Dexter, young Dexter, is fantastic. I love Christian Slater. The episodes have been good. The guy playing Batista doesn't get much to do, so he never gets to shine. I don't know what Sarah Marie Geller, Buffy, is in there. She hasn't had one good moment yet. They don't give her very much to do, so I don't know why she took the role. I kind of know why. Everybody wants to be involved with Dexter. And Michael C. Hall is filming Dexter Resurrection right now. Not this moment, but this week. And he will be for weeks to come. It debuts in July on Paramount Plus, Showtime. Both. Neo is here. Just stay away from the 9 to 5 sweetener. The 9 to 5 sweetener. Is that the Dolly Parton sweetener? Some other jokes are coming to mind that I won't say, Neo. I won't do it. So I still don't know how the actual temperature in Australia right now or how cold it gets. Carmen is here from New Zealand. I think it gets cold in New Zealand. Carmen Sylvia. Very cold at times, I think. Oh, Deborah Lake is hardcore. She drinks the iced coffees. Yes, very popular. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. And what's your favorite brand of coffee, Deborah Lake? Here's Carmen saying, hi, y'all. Good to have you here. Naked Gun, great movie. Well, there were several of them, but Priscilla's in Naked Gun 3 1/4, and she has like, how can I say this? Um, she has a neon sign on her chest that lights on and off, on and off, on and off. Those movies were wild. They were wild. Good night, church. Oh, good night. Got church in the morning. Got it. Gotcha, Nancy. Bless you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to wait till it gets a little warmer and not snowing before I go back to Goodwill Church. Um, I don't mind 40 degrees, but when it gets down to 20 and we're having snow tomorrow, yeah, I never say it right, do I? I always say it Marie, don't I? Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, she's in Dexter Original Sin, but she's hardly in it, you know? So it's kind of weird. And the girl playing Deb is good at what she does, but the potty mouth gets real old. It's even worse than Jennifer Carpenter as the older Deb. But don't get me wrong, Jennifer Carpenter, fantastic. Not saying anything against anyone's talent. It's just I could do without the language, I know cops swear a lot. I get that. Da, 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 da. So we have 85 watching. Please hit the subscribe, the like, and the notification bell. That would be swell. And can't ask you to share the live shows because they're too long, but we have videos here that you certainly could share. Hello from Canada, where it's cold. Lori Merrick is here. Hi, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Trudeau. Yeah, I've asked that question several times, and if someone did answer me, I haven't seen it. Is Trudeau still in power? When does he leave? When does his resignation take effect? And is that Conservative Party leader guaranteed to be the one that's coming in? And Barbara Kendall saying goodnight to Brenda. I don't believe it. Sometimes it gets 9-4 Celsius, very cold. Can someone speak in Fahrenheit? Because I have no idea what 9-4 Celsius is. 9.4, right? Yeah. As I said earlier, Carmen, they tried to force that down our throat. And America did not want Celsius. They gave up. They still haven't given up on the eliminating the changing of the clocks. My guess is it won't happen. Oh, Sammy, you've obviously been into the moonshine. You've been into the moonshine. I understand. Rest in peace, moonshiner Kenny Law, who was my age, 68 degrees. Perhaps while the Moonshiners was airing, with him in that particular episode, he was passing away. So Kenny Law, brother of Henry Law, from one of my favorite shows on Discovery Channel, Tuesday nights at 8 Eastern, Moonshiners in season 14 right now. I don't know if there'll be a season 15. At some point they're going to stop, but I hope not. I hope not. I don't see Jesse Waters on Tuesday because I'm watching Moonshiners. And it's just the way it is. Jesse's going to the inauguration and to the parties afterwards. He says he may even stop in Kid Rock's hotel room where they'll be partying. And his wife said, no, you won't, Jesse. Remember, you've been divorced once. Did you learn anything? Faith Lloyd. Yes, thank you, Faith. I know you're here and appreciate that. Let's go to we got to check some things out here. Let's go to the channel itself. And I changed the title since I didn't get that video up. Let's go to the live. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings Live for 1/18/25. Yeah, it's 2025. Well, that's this show. Dummy. I wanted the promo show. Live tonight at 10 Eastern. We did this pop on to pop off. New Bob Joyce Sunday, which could mean after midnight, but now my phone's not working right, and I need that in that video. I'll have to erase some stuff, I guess. It's hard to transfer videos to Google Photos. Takes forever sometimes, I don't know. But we've got so many live shows up here. Rows and rows of live shows, some good ones, some that did very well, some that did not so well. 83 watching, it says here right now. And 823 people so far have watched our pop on to pop off from earlier this afternoon. Let's go to regular videos. See here. More Bob Joyce birthday wishes. Live 115.25. That's got 1.8K views. Breaking Bob Joyce coming to an arena 8/17/25. Elvis registering cars in Memphis, Tennessee. That's got 7.2K. Thank you very much. Bob Joyce maybe Elvis. 5 more compelling reasons coming in at over 7.8K views. Thank you for that. Gene Ho mentions Elvis, Bob Joyce, the Germany girlfriend, JFK Jr., all in a video that shows Gene Ho in a Trump helicopter. It's got 1.8. Pastor Bob Joyce himself singing the Lord's Prayer, 1.2K. That's it. If I put something salacious, it would have done much better. But he does a beautiful job singing the Lord's Prayer. New song from Elvis, his pledge to Lisa Marie. Yes, we play that song and it's got 9.8 plus K views. Curious Case of Bob Joyce, Willina, and Sigrid Schultz, 2.4 views. Top 20 Bob Joyce Elvis, December 6th, live tonight. That's a promo. They got 1,500 views. New Bob Joyce Church continues to advance. Family photos, 2.2 views. Nobody cares about my Amanda Seyfried video, 176 views. Me Karen and I spotting Amanda on Route 17 West as she was headed to her home in the Catskills. Driving recklessly, I might say. The experience of meeting Bob Joyce at his church is another video, 3.9K. I'm only giving you the big ones. Elvis signed Bob Joyce on a 60s poster. That's a daily pop-off that's got 4.6K. And is Vernon Presley Bob Joyce's father? 2.6 views. 50 Reasons Bob Joyce May Be Elvis Part 2. Shocking details with roll-in video of Bill Bixby and then later Pastor Bob Joyce from the pulpit. 1.8. That should have more. Hey. The Homage to Rush shows that I believe in don't do very well. Still haven't found an audience. Top 50 Reasons Bob Joyce May Be Elvis Part 1, almost 5,000 views. Almost 5,000 views on that. Michael Jackson 2024. Is that him in the picture there? Check it out. Michael Jackson 2024. All these videos at the virtual church of the disillusioned. Bombshell, Lisa Marie abused and tormented. 3K views in our regular video section. Bob Joyce 2023 birthday cake. Elvis clues on the cake. 3.1K. Live, the bobblehead Bob Joyce from 9/28/24. Hurricane stories in there too, and it didn't get 1,000 views, but there you go. Did Robert Wayne Joyce, we're talking about 73-year-old Robert Wayne Joyce, who married Walina Hattie in 1975, while Elvis was still very much busy being Elvis. Did Robert Joyce die in a car crash? I certainly hope not, but people tell me that. People tell me that. It's got over 11K views now, and we show pictures of Robert Wayne Joyce. Did Robert Wayne Joyce die in a car crash, car accident? You can find that here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned, and we certainly hope not. Pastor Bob Joyce sings a new release. This is from the Safely Home CD. I sing along with him, but don't worry, the mic is off. And I pantomime the song he's singing. Jesus, Jesus, save me from sin. It's got almost 6,000 views to it. You Don't Need Elvis. That's Pastor Bob Joyce with roll-in video. 9K views, 9K views. Check that out. Check that out. Yeah. Just going to give you the hot ones here. Bob Joyce, the proof is in the skin. Take a close look at the skin if you don't think he's 90 years old. 3.4. Okay. Pictures of Work Begins on Bob Joyce's church. 1.2K. That's the former horse barn. The Gene Ho interview. Breaking Bob Joyce Church News. Me and Gene Ho together. 16,000 views. You can find that video here. The Gene Ho interview at the virtual church. And don't say the E word. Gene Ho explains the hot springs baptism. Almost 6,000 views on that. Serious video. I rarely have enjoyed being a Christian. Didn't even get to 1,000 views. Whereas the Bob Joyce Horse Stable Barn, where we show pictures, 3K. Inside Bob Joyce's church. Must hear. Those are important words, and it was a very good explanation. 38K for that. Is Kurt Russell ready to play Elvis again? 1.3. And Gene Ho, attack at Bob Joyce Church, 22K. And there's so many more. I'm trying to get to the verdict. I think we're at 123,000 maybe. On occasion, a Bob Joyce who looks different appears. That's got 18K. Look for that video. Jack Savage, we did 3 of those. Each of them had about 328, 338 views. Jack will not return then, see? But when I put Bob Joyce in the title, the third one did better. Commenting on Mrs. Doris Bumgarden. Pastor Bob Joyce Speaks Out, 22K. And still haven't got to the verdict. See how many videos we have, you know? Top seven Pastor Bob Joyce Elvis links has 6,000, and somewhere is the verdict that has about 123,000 hits, our biggest video. So there you go. Let's go back to the live stream. I've been away now. I hope we didn't freeze the stream. Go Lizard is the last thing. Okay, it's still going. Good night, everyone, says Lizard Lounge Radio. Thanks for stopping. Very glad that you did. Very glad that you did. Let me check in on the email. It was Sammy that sent us the little video from X on Donald Trump, huh? The guy calls himself Donald Trump. And we heard from, obviously, Susan Sapiati, No Stick Pam. Can't get a picture of that right now. I'm trying to get that to work. David Tanner talking about the COVID shots. More Americans died due to COVID-19 injections than in World War I, II, and the Vietnam War combined. I have no idea about that. No idea. And, you know, I wouldn't have an audience for it if I did a video on that. That's just the way it is. It's the way of love. The way of love. All right. So back to the live stream. Yeah, 1.5 hours now, Jack. I don't think we'll go the full 2 hours tonight because I got to find those keys and I got a video to record because, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Sometimes you just don't meet the goal, you know, so you try another day. You met Bill Bixby in 1981. He was so nice. I bet he was. He seemed like a wonderful man. A real loss that he didn't catch that prostate cancer in time, you know. So sad. He was just one of those special talents that always worked. You know, his biggest success came on the small screen, but he was in 2 Elvis movies. But he always went from one TV series to another. It was just high demand because he had a high likability factor. You know, that's it. Joe Worrell, all those sweat towels Elvis used to hand out to the ladies, or they sometimes handed it to him, right? That's a little scary if somebody was, you know, of evil intent. Got to make sure there's nothing on that towel. I wonder how much DNA is floating around out there. I never thought of that, Joe Worrell. Yeah. So now you got to get the pastor's DNA. No, let it play out the way it plays out. I know it. There are people that won't. I never set out to out him. In fact, I said number of times that if he were to video message me on the Facebook Messenger and say, "Please stop," I would. You know, but that call never came. And I think we put some people in that church. I do. We've been doing this since 2018. Find my keys, Shelley, will you? Should I have a second sight person tell me where they are? It's really starting to concern me. You know, when you're looking under the bed, you're looking in your laundry. Did I throw them in my laundry bag? And I'm looking here on the desk. I mean, they're in some weird place. My dresser, I'm starting to look through my dresser drawers. Like they could have fell in there. On and on and on. Now, as I say, I have to go from one side of the duplex to the other. So I have to open the front door. And then I have to come up to this studio bedroom. And then I have to open it up here. And I know they weren't sticking. I don't think Brad took them because they weren't sticking in the door because I was back and forth before I popped on to pop off and I would have seen them. So I don't know. Ask the Lord where they are. Yep. We're always last to pray. Ask the Lord. Amen. I will. Need a memory test. Yeah, well, you know, it's happening to everybody. It's happening to everybody. But this is one of those weird things where I put them somewhere I shouldn't, I guess. And, you know, didn't leave them in the bathroom. Don't bring them into the bathroom. I leave them here. So, did you change your clothes, your pants? I've thought of that, but I've been wearing pajamas all day. Still am. Although I took a shower and I put on a fresh pair of pajamas early this afternoon, So I don't put the keys in my pajamas. I'm afraid they'll fall out. Didn't wear a coat today. Did not wear one. Stayed in all day. Going to stay in all day tomorrow. Going to stay in all day Monday. That is almost unheard of because Thursday we had doctor's appointments, both Karen and I. And then we went to do laundry, and she went to ShopRite, where I sipped on a chai milk tea, cold, from Kung Fu Tea. Oh, so delicious. People don't care that they make it hot too now, especially this time of year. But people, hey, I can have a hot fudge sundae on a 5-degree below zero day. I'll go into Carvel and I'll order it. Maybe not if it's 5 below, but if I had it at home, I would. Don't matter to me. It's just as delicious in the winter as it is in the summer, and there's a whole lot less people in front of you online at the Carvel. Once you have Carvel, well, see, a lot of people just don't have the opportunity. There's so many places where there isn't one. Good night, all. God bless you. God bless you, Deborah Lake. I'm so glad you stopped by. The Muffin Man has them, Carmen. The Muffin Man. Yes, muffin shops like cupcake shops were really big there. I don't know if they're as big as they were. What about the soup Nazi, huh? He had some delicious soups, supposedly. Anybody know what I'm talking about? No soup for you. Marlene Wilson says good night. Nice chats. Bless you all. Thank you so much, Marlene, for dropping by. Seinfeld is correct, Shelley. Oh, there was another crush, but I didn't have the crush then. I had it much later when I really started to watch Seinfeld. Seriously. I mean, Julia Louis, she likes to say Louis, Dreyfus, was just as cute as a button in every way. And, although he married someone else, Jerry Seinfeld spent that entire series loving Julia Louis Dreyfus. She's got a movie on Paramount Plus I saw. She's aged, but she's still great. And I didn't see Veep. I think that would have been, I don't think I would have appreciated it as much. I made a baking show on how to make muffins. Yes, your muffin must be moist. Yeah, sometimes, like the supermarket muffins, they're big. Stay away. Awful. The best brand muffin in the world is at Di Filippi's. It's big and it's got raisins in it, and it's not too sweet, and it's moist, but then it's not moist. It's hard to explain, but whether you toast it or you don't, you really want to grill it, because if you put it in the toaster, it could, it could crumble all over the place. So there you go. Thank you, Richard. I don't think you're still here, but thank you for popping on and hitting the thanks button for 1111. And earlier, Aisha hit the button, the thanks button from Australia. I appreciate that. And of course, Sam Semi. Then we had a 1999 one. I hope I can go back that far. Desperately trying to think who that was. Mike Fortner. I'm guessing Trump will bring TikTok back very quickly. Makes no difference to me. I don't use it. I missed you the first time around, Mike. I'm sorry for ignoring you. But yeah, we had a 1999. Thank you for that 1999 tip. It's a tip jar. I'm your friendly waitress here. Yes, I said waitress. I shouldn't have hit that button. Oh, maybe I can just go back. There it is. Okay. Thank you for the 1999 thanks button tip. I appreciate it so much. So much. So there you go. There you go. Going to go to the scripture, eating a bacon and lettuce on Texas toast sandwich, says Jody Smith, and cream of broccoli soup. Oh, yes. They make a pretty good version of that at Panera Bread. They used to make a nice version at McDonald's, but salads and soups went out the window after COVID. No more salads at McDonald's. What a shame. What a shame. But they're doing a booming business. And Burger King, not so much. I would want to try one of those mushroom and Swiss cheese double patty melts, though, at Burger King at some point. Thank you, Joe. I didn't really do too much content. I had some technical difficulties, but it's always nice having you guys here. And we banter, That's really what's most popular in the live shows. Oh, this Bible is heavy. I'm going to go back to my New King James Version at some point. So we'll see what happens during the inauguration, Jody, huh? We'll see what happens. Pastor Bob is going to see Trump on Monday, says Shelley. And I think Jody would agree with that. Let me see here. I didn't bring my $1.25 readers, did I? Okay. No, I really don't, Gail. I just don't understand why Jack the Fair Guy, F-A-I-R, Jack the Fair Guy at gmail.com doesn't work. Do I want to use that? I don't know if I want to use that. I'll let you know, Gail, in a future show. I'm not sure whether I want to give another email out that I use for a short time that's still valid. Hebrews chapter 12, beginning with verse 1 in the New King James Version. We don't know who wrote for sure Hebrews. Most people think it's Paul the Apostle. Therefore, we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witness, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against himself, lest you become weary and discouraged in your souls. You have not resisted to bloodshed. The other version says you have not resisted sin to the point of shedding blood, your own blood. And you have forgotten the exhortation which speaks to you as to sons. My sons, do not despise the chastening of the Lord, nor be discouraged when you are rebuked by him. For whom the Lord loves, he chastens, and scourges every son whom he receives. You will be saved, but as though through fire, says another verse of scripture. You know, purification fire, not torture fire, purification fire. So there you go. Still 72 watching right now. Had a nice go round here. No crashes or anything like that. And we will see you again. Look for, I hope, a Sunday video to be released. And Selena, always appreciate you. Think about appointing chat moderators. They would be able to post links or emails. They wouldn't be blocked by chat. Of course, I verbally give out my email, but I don't know why some people would have problems with it. What can happen, Selena, is that it becomes like a Facebook group there, you know. Somebody else suggested this, and it would be available other times and what have you. I'm a little reluctant because I see what happens in the Facebook groups. They become debates, and then, the moderators become your surrogate. And what if you don't agree and they're losing people by their decisions and things like that? And we're just having a friendly chat here. We're not a Facebook group. We get together, and I don't know. I'll think about it, though. I'll think about it more. It's just that it's I just see these moderators are like Nazis on Facebook. Some of them, not all of them. Larry Hardwick, Dark Shadows Appreciation page, he's a good guy. But I've seen these people that come on as moderators, and especially if it's their group, and they act like, it's like Nancy Pelosi talking to the conservative press. These are the rules. If you don't like them, there's the highway. You can't do that. When people disrespect you guys, I step in, because this is the wrong place for that. So, have a wonderful Sunday. Can't wait to see the inauguration of President Donald Trump. God's handprint is all over this. They're going to immediately try to block him. On Tuesday, we'll do another homage to Rush, where we'll talk about the antics of the progressives. Biden at the last minute put a bunch of federal judges in there. He didn't appoint conservatives. They're going to try to block President Trump's executive orders. They are truly a brood of vipers, or they're immature, self-centered, all about their own personal power people. They don't care about their own constituents. Don't want to end on a negative note. Joey Bauer joins us. Good evening, Brother Jack. You're way at the end, Joey. Please watch the replay if you can. I'm glad you at least got to say hello. Hello, bro. Prayers for Cindy. Hope everything is okay with her. What do I want to say about that, Ted? Some people leave because of me. Some people leave because of me. They might come on under another name. That's another thing. I didn't block Cindy. Didn't block her. I said, you're welcome here. But yeah, it's not really a story I want to tell. She made the decision not to be here. And I respect that. And she's welcome back anytime she wants. I don't want to go into it. It's just not something I want to do, because I appreciated her time here. She wants to come back, she can. When I'm beginning a show and the first comment is a negative comment, I'd rather you email me. If you want to chew me out on something, or just make a comment that I may have deleted something that you put up, do it in an email. jackthefairguy@gmail.com, you know? So that's all I can say about that. I know, Ted. I know. I didn't block her. I only block people that are rude to you guys and what have you, that want to come on here and keep hammering the point that Bob Joyce is not Elvis, and they'll infer you're stupid. If she doesn't, I know what can happen with clicks and chat groups and stuff like that. And, I know I'm going to lose people sometimes, but, I didn't block her. That's all I can tell you. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate you so much. I do. Talk to you real soon. Bye bye.